The barn. When Miss Buck was looking for a home in the United States, she saw a photo of the barn here at Green Hills Farm and fell in love with it. It was a good-looking barn built in 1827, and it had room for machinery and haylofts, in other words, a typical barn. The farmhouse had not been lived in for 17 years, so it needed some work. The grounds had been used to farm Guernsey cows. She bought the whole farm in 1935 for $4,100, the equivalent to $850,000 or more today. The farm was 42 acres and eventually grew to 500 acres. As circumstances changed, she bought a total of 7 neighboring farmhouses where the farm manager and other farm people lived. Currently, there are 68 acres today. You may find it interesting to know that the generator for electricity for the whole farm is in the barn. You may wonder why Miss Buck decided on buying a house in this region. She wanted a home equidistant from the mountains, the shore, and her daughter Carol's school. Carol had severe developmental disabilities and lived at the Vineland Training School in Vineland, New Jersey. This home was about 80 miles from all of these points. The barn underwent some changes, including a full kitchen being built and a half basketball court added. It was used for a myriad of things, including my brother's Cub Scout meetings, many basketball games played by community citizens, including my husband, 4-H meetings, and veteran socials. When playing basketball, the out of bounds was decided if a player touched the inside walls. At one time, kindergarten was held here, as well as holiday parties, weddings, and more. My favorite use of the barn was pajama parties. One only had to gain permission in a very informal way, and the barn was yours to use. We also used the barn as an area to socialize. This included, besides pajama parties, dances after Penridge football games, New Year's Eve parties, and more. As a citizen of this area, Miss Buck was well known. One day she would give a talk in Telford to 10 members of a women's club, and the following day she would address a large gathering on one of many topics. She was in demand as a speaker all over the country, particularly in areas that promoted gender equality and racial equality. Although there were many changes over the years, from the outside of the property, the barn looks just as it did when it was built almost 2 centuries ago.